In this video, you'll discover two tribes residing in Nepal's lowlands, the Tharu and the Musahar, also known as the rat-eating people. Both tribes take part in countryside cooking like you've never seen before.
This is an ancient cooking technique. The whole bird is inside that big lump of mud.
But sadly, they also used to be low-ranking members of South Asia's cruel Hindu caste system.
Literally, a higher caste person couldn't even touch a lower class person.
In 1951, that caste system was banned in Nepal. But a structure that existed for hundreds of years doesn't fade away overnight.
Do the feelings from the old caste system still exist now?
They feel still we are very lower caste, feeling like untouchable.
Today, I'm immersing myself in the traditional diet and lifestyle of those living deep in Nepal's countryside.
I've had many types of curry, mostly mutton or chicken. Definitely it's going to be my first time having a rat curry.
And it all starts here, with a breakfast prepared the Tharu way. Residing deep inside the lowlands of Nepal, the Tharu diet is shaped by the natural gifts offered by the sal forest, tall grasslands, and clay-rich swamps. Gifts like in the form of these snails. Toss snails freshly plucked from the river into a pan with mustard oil. Season with salt, turmeric powder, chili powder, cumin powder, ginger, and garlic. Add water and let it simmer into a curry. This is one part of today's balanced breakfast.
Namaste.
Yes.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Oh, you don't do the hands?
Namaste.
Okay, come on. I want the whole complete namaste.
Tharu-born FULEY will be my language bridge for today. Across from us, the king and queen of this castle, Shankar and Kuri.
Let's talk about all the food that's here right now. First of all, this is fish.
Fish, yeah.
Chhadi fish, commonly found in Nepali cuisine, are marinated with turmeric powder and grilled until they're dried out.
This is more kind of calcium, is more vitamin. Good for like honeymoon. And they can sleep together, nice life.
All night.
All night?
3 and 4 times.
3 and 4 times? This guy is wild.
Next, shred the fish and flavor them with ground chili, garlic, cumin seeds, salt, chili powder, and mustard oil. But these petite protein pieces are not complete without a massive ball of carbs. Steamed sticky rice is shaped into a spherical glob, then it's wrapped inside banana leaves. Bake these ricey balls by stashing them under smoking hot ash by the fire.
Oh, that's gorgeous. So it's kind of like cooked up on the outside, like it's created a shell around the rice, and then it's nice and steamy on the inside. This thing looks amazing. So you soak it in that snail broth. He feeds his wife. I thought you were gonna feed me. Oh, that's good. The rice is incredible. Crunchy on the outside like sticky rice, and then just kind of normal rice on the inside. She's saying grab some fish.
Smoky fish.
Yeah, smoky, salty. And then the rice just soaks up this beautiful snaily broth with a ton of spices. It's so delicious. Was there snail meat?
Yeah, just have it like...
Wow, that was some serious suction. Okay, that was close. I almost died.
More like...
That one. These snails are delicious. I mainly have eaten snails in Southeast Asia or in Vietnam. So it's my first time having snails with like South Asian spices. It's spicy, I taste turmeric. It's like a real snail curry. This is very, very unique. How often are you eating this?
In the monsoon time, they get almost every 2-3 days. But now is winter and hard to find every moment.
Nepal's lowlands, also known as Terai, cover less than 20% of the entire country's land area. The Tharu people have been dwelling here for centuries.
Have you ever been to Kathmandu?
He been one time, so from Kathmandu he is totally different.
Today, there are over 1.7 million Tharu in Nepal.
My understanding is the old caste system sometimes was classified according to the job the people had. Traditionally, what is the job of Tharu people?
Only agriculture. Product rice, maize, mustard, and the wheat.
They keep for family. If they have enough, they can sell in the market.
Do you have any animals that you raise that you sell?
Buffalo.
Buffalo and the goat, sheep.
And pigeon.
Here, cattle are reserved for plowing and farm work. Because of religious reasons, many don't even take pork into consideration. So, birds like chickens, ducks, and pigeons are reared for meat. Shankar is treating me to a special pigeon recipe.
You don't need any tools, you don't need a grill, you don't need knives. They didn't even gut the birds.
But first, we need to get our hands on some birds.
Just because he has a bunch of birds in a giant bird house doesn't mean that they're easy to catch. They're gonna hear him climbing up, and I think it's pretty much impossible to catch an adult bird with your bare hands. He's looking in the little bird holes. This is a gigantic birdhouse. I've never seen a birdhouse this big. It's bigger than my childhood room. He's reaching his arm in. He's giving me a nod of approval. He's found something. Oh, they're like little teenager birds. Are these babies?
Yes, not flying. Just only 3-4 days. I need to fly.
Oh, they were so close. I'm so sorry. I've had pigeon many times before. I've never had this young of a pigeon. They never eat the adults, and I guess it's almost like the same idea as chicken eggs. Like, don't kill the chicken, because then you stop getting the chicken eggs. Don't take the adults, because then you stop eating their babies? Yeah.
No pot, no pan. Mud is the only vessel needed to cook up these pigeons. If that wasn't wild enough, these birds aren't gutted or even feathered. Instead, they're cooked whole. Just clump large globs of thick mud around the pigeon until it's covered completely. Place that pigeon over the fire and wait.
Right here, one of the coolest preparations for poultry I have ever seen. The whole bird is inside that big lump of mud, and they're cooking inside here right now, underneath all this. Oh, geez. Oh, it stopped cooking. It stopped cooking. Okay, it's back. These need to cook for about an hour in here. By the time we take them out, I think it's gonna be really hard. I'm really curious how this is gonna work because the internal organs, the guts are still in there. We're gonna see feathers, we're gonna see skin. What parts are we eating? What are we not eating? We're gonna find out real soon.
Using leaves in place of oven mitts, Shankar removes the clay egg from the fire, then heaves it on the ground in order to crack it open. Feathers are removed and thrown back into the fire pit. The meat is washed, chopped, and flavored with a mixture of garlic, chili, ginger, turmeric, mustard oil, and cumin seeds.
Namaste again.
Stay.
When is the last time that you ate this?
Recently haven't had it.
It seems like something you could only have for special occasions because it's a delicate process to get to this point. First, the pigeon must lay an egg. It has to sit on the egg. The egg must hatch. The pigeon has to go catch bugs and things for the bird to eat. The bird, after a series of days, grows up until the day it's about to fly and take off and be free. And then you grab it and cook it in some mud. Cheers. Oh yeah, it is very delicious.
Are you feeling spicy?
A little spicy.
Oh, yeah, take.
To accompany this dove-like delicacy, the Nepali version of vodka.
Yes, and spicy is gone.
True. Wow, the meat is so soft and really tender. When you look at that mud, how do you know when the bird is finished cooking?
When the mud coming is more like hard, it means the mud is cooked. It will definitely inside part of the cook too.
The pigeon breast is so good. It's a little morsel of meat, but very delicious. Oh, it's spicy. Hold on. It's nice. I want to change the topic a little bit. I've traveled a lot in South Asia, and I've been around a lot of Hindu communities, but I've never talked about the caste system.
The caste system is, or was, a cruel form of social stratification based largely on occupation and status. Nepal was influenced by the Hindu caste system that originated in India over 3,000 years ago, splitting society into 4 main groups: priests and teachers, aristocracy and warriors, merchants and landowners, and the peasants and servant class. You were born into your caste and there was no getting out of it. As farmers, the Tharu people mostly come from the 4th or bottom caste.
For you, does the caste system still exist in the countryside?
Now, all are same. Not in high, not in low. All are same.
Even though Nepal's caste system has been abolished for over 70 years, its remnants still linger in the form of surnames. I'll now meet the people who still carry the name Musahar.
Their name literally means the rat eaters or mouse eaters, right?
Yeah.
Joining them for a meal most Nepalis could not stomach.
It's a small piece of meat, no bones. You want to give it a try? From the Tharu house, we've come here, a small community of Musahar people.
In a gesture of goodwill, I've gifted the village a pig that'll be cooked up using local recipes and shared with the community. With the swing of an axe, the pig is swiftly dispatched. Then it's doused in hot water and scraped clean using steel cups. The communal space becomes an outdoor kitchen as everyone contributes to the day's feast.
Here, it's a large group of people in kind of a small area. You can see already the houses, the living conditions, it's a lot different from where we just came. These houses were given to them by local communities, by foreign donors, by people trying to help them along.
Once clean, the pig is rubbed with turmeric powder and limestone. Then it's portioned for further cooking.
Here there's a very different culture and a very different food. So today I'm buying a pig for this community so I can see how they prepare it. But they're also going to be providing me with one of their local delicacies. You may have guessed already. Namaste.
Namaste.
It's a pleasure to be here in the Musahar village. Can you tell me again, what does the word Musahar mean?
Musa means rat. Musahar is like people.
Talo jata.
So she say we are Musahar is a lower caste.
Do the feelings from the old caste system still exist now?
Talo jat ka ke tar manom lagsai.
Laksai.
Yeah, they feel still we are very lower caste, feeling like untouchable.
Untouchables was the label applied to the Dalits, people who ranked below the lowest Hindu caste, people like the Musahars. Often impoverished and without nourishment, the Musahars resorted to whatever nutrient sources were available, including rodents.
Today we're gonna go out, we're gonna find some rats, and we're gonna bring them back here and hopefully cook them up and try them out. So right here you have a trap, so you bend the door back, you put it on a hinge. If the mouse or rat tries to go in to grab the food, boom, it releases the door and the rat is stuck inside.
Now, it's time to see the traps in action.
I'm here right now with Biljana.
Biljana, Maji, Musahar.
Oh wow, he added more names. Right now he's setting a bunch of new traps and checking old traps, and we've just come upon a rat. Oh, this is a small little creature. You know, it's hard to tell if it's a mouse or a rat, but I think it might be closer to a mouse or an adolescent rat. Maybe that's a theme for the day. It was probably slightly distraught from having been in a cage. He still did eat a lot of the food. I'd probably do the same. So we're gonna go around and try to collect more. The more rats we can find, the more food we can make.
Curry is a typical Musahar preparation for rat meat. To start, the rats are grilled whole to burn off their hair.
Have you eaten rats?
Yakna hanuman pare.
Before I liked, but now I don't like.
Why don't you like it now?
Aba iska basai se pahla.
Now once the people eat, they more like feel guilty. You know, someone, oh, you are eating like rat, filthy.
For me, eating rats is not strange. And actually, I've joined many different cultures or tribes who eat rat in the past. Today, whatever you make with the rat, I'm gonna be happy to try it. What about you?
I'm not eating rat.
Really?
Yeah.
Why not?
So because I don't like, I feel a little bit guilty too.
I just feel like it would go a long way to show there's no division. We're all the same. We eat their food, they eat our food.
Yeah, but somehow I you know, maybe if I eat my vomiting.
So you find it kind of disgusting?
Yeah, I feel, yeah.
The rodents are scraped clean, gutted, and chopped into smaller bits. The rat meat is tossed in a giant wok with onion, then flavored with salt, turmeric powder, garlic, ginger, cumin seeds, coriander, and chili paste. Finally, a bit of tomato.
I've had curry, many types of curry, mostly mutton or chicken. Definitely it's gonna be my first time having a rat curry. It looks delicious. The meat, rather small. Those rats were very tiny. So I'm not exactly sure how you get much out of this as far as sustenance, but it must be just enough protein. And hey, maybe you eat the bones too. I'm gonna find out soon.
While the rat curry is simmering away, the villagers offer me a special dish that comes in very limited quantities.
Here, this is a dish that comes from the pig. Actually, I'm told this is one of the most special body parts that comes from this type of pig. This creature, this hog, this swine has unusually large balls.
The giant testicles are cut into bite-sized cubes. The flavor profile is built using salt, garlic, ginger, chili paste, a cumin seed and coriander mix, then turmeric powder.
That's tasty. It's interesting eating these unusual foods made with South Asian spices because I've eaten so much Indian food in the past. But you know, in India, you're not gonna find that many unusual creatures or body parts. It's mostly like chicken, mutton, kind of standard fare. But here, pork testicles. spicy taste of turmeric. Testicles are nice and meaty. There's like a hard outer shell of the testicle that they've removed, which is nice. I gotta say, not disappointing at all. It's quite delicious. Now that I've had my testicles, let's talk about the rats. Now, objectively, I don't necessarily see anything wrong with people eating rats. I live in Vietnam. In the Mekong Delta, people cut the rice, and when they do that, it reveals all these big, fat field rats. They collect the rats, and they eat them, just like they would eat squirrels or birds or any other type of creature. When I came here, it was my understanding that the Musahar people are people who used to eat rats and still eat rats today. But in my discussion earlier, it seems that that may not be the case. Eating rats here is certainly a custom that is looked down by many other groups in Nepal. It's seen as dirty, disgusting, but I think even more revealing, it's seen as the custom of the poor or the lower class. For that reason, I think there's a social pressure over time which has encouraged people here to stop doing that, or to feel guilty about it or kind of ashamed of doing it. So current day, does every Musahar still eat rat? It looks like probably not, but today, we definitely are.
Under the joining hands of the community, the pig has turned into a lavish feast. Villagers line up, sitting in long rows and patiently waiting to be served. Once everyone is fed, we sit down with two locals, Ganesh and Santa.
We've got pork curry, grilled pork, and of course some rat curry. Looks pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
First up, barbecue. The pork is cubed and marinated with salt, ginger, garlic, a cumin seed and coriander mix, chili paste, meat masala, and turmeric powder. Once it's soaked with flavor, the meat is skewered and grilled until the fat drips down and the meat becomes firm.
Very nice. The way they've cooked it is very simple, straightforward, but that's all you need with pork. These spices, kind of like South Asian spices. I've had it with chicken and mutton so many times, but I've only had pork in South Asia a couple of times, and I love it. I love having like turmeric with that fatty meat and the skin. It just works so well together. It's very delicious.
Next on the menu, a combination I don't often see, pork and curry. Mustard oil and onions hit a hot wok. Then a heaping mass of pork, followed by salt, cumin paste, garlic, chili paste, meat masala, turmeric powder, green chilies, and tomatoes. Add water and let it simmer down into a shining gold gravy.
First of all, we've got this. We've got beaten rice. I'm mixing the beaten rice with the oil from that pork. I'm gonna try that out.
Like an oil gravy, gravy.
Yeah, it's easier to hold on to. It gets some of the beaten rice very soggy, but it picks up pieces around it that are still crispy. So it's like soggy and crispy at the same time. The meat is super tender. Oh man, this is delicious. What do you think?
Yeah, it's very good.
I'm curious, did you guys grow up in this village?
Yeah, they are born here.
Have you ever eaten rat meat?
Around 15 days ago he had it.
Oh really?
He said, I like very much.
You guys are in luck, because we've got some rat right here. The rat is cut into many small pieces. There's a lot of bones. What is the easiest way to eat it?
The whole part of it and just
chew the bones too.
Yeah.
I got a soft piece here. There's some skin. There's some ribs. Interesting taste. It tastes different from any other rat I've had in my life. It's a little bit gamey. It's heavily spiced. Chewing the bones is interesting. Right here, this is a little rat liver. It's a small piece of meat, no bones. You want to give it a try?
No, thank you.
You're 100% certain?
Yeah.
All right, let's try it out. Definitely tastes like liver. I like it. I can't say I would eat a ton of rats, but the meat tastes good. It's just like a different type of curry. The weirdest part for me is the bones, because you're chewing through all these little bones. And sometimes they're not that little. What is your day-to-day food like?
Every day eat rice, and beside there's also some vegetables. Once a week, maybe meat. So it depends how much they have available in their family, the monies and all.
I understand why people would eat this. It's free. If I had the option of eat meat once a week or eat rat here and there, I would eat rat. It's available, it's out there, they have a recipe to make it taste good. I totally understand it. I'm curious, I know that life has been difficult for some Musahar people. For you guys, what are the biggest challenges your community faces out here?
They don't have land. They don't one day build their own, property.
And so now they just have this small property that many people must share.
Yeah.
How many people live here?
They say 100 people.
To this day, the Musahar remain the most marginalized community of Nepal's 125 castes. They tragically claim the lowest literacy rate in this country at around only 4%. Many work unskilled labor positions just to get them through to their next meal.
If they go into further study, but they need to support how they go into further study.
Despite the government's efforts to improve their living conditions, the remnants of the caste system still haunt the Musahar people as they continue to face discrimination and exclusion. To this day, some in Nepal still won't accept food or water served by a Musahar.
Best Ever Food Review Show is a small team of independent creators, and everything we do here works because of you guys. Click the link in our description to join our Patreon and receive exclusive benefits. A peace. We just came here from Kathmandu, and this is a completely different new side of Nepal that I've not seen yet.
इनका चाहिँ काठमाडौँ से आयल ना, ये चाहिँ completely different dishes देख्ला क्या?
Oh, I could translate that. You just said the same thing. This is dangerous because it's only 12:30, and I usually start drinking at 10 a.m. Oh, this rooster is so jealous. He's just eyeing us down. Not today, buddy. Have you ever eaten rat meat?
Hello. Yes.
Me too. We're rat brothers. In a way. Boom, guys, that is the end of video number 3 here in Nepal. Wow, this was a wild day. I started out thinking the video was about one thing, then it was about something else completely, and here we are. I hope you learned something. I learned a lot, and I got to meet a lot of cool, interesting people throughout the day, and I'm very happy about that. Anyways, guys, that is it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Peace. All right. I literally saw a rhinoceros on the street. Now, I know they're not for eating, but I mean, I'd like to slap it on the butt or something.